Hey everyone, I'm really excited to have formed a new relationship with Power Pole this year. I am running the 10-foot blade shallow water anchor on my boat, as well as the Charge power management system, and I have been loving these products. I have another product that I'm going to be running, which is the micro anchor. This will be installed on my 2020 Hobie Pro Angler 360. I'll also be running one on my 2020 Hobie Outback as well. This is a shallow water anchor. This is going to be awesome for kayak fishing. I'll be able to press a button and just post is going to go down into the ground and keep me in place. So this is going to be great. I have not installed one of these before, but I did a little bit of research and it's going to be a really easy setup process. I figured I'd film it, share it with you guys. So yeah, let's get started. So I picked up 4 products for this installation. I've got the Power Pole micro anchor itself. I've got the battery pack with charger. And then I've got my 8-foot ultralight spike. This is the pole that's going to be going up and down and keeping me in place. And then to install this system on my kayak, I picked up the Hobie Power Pole mounting kit, and this is specifically for the Pro Angler. First things first, I'm going to be installing the mounting plate on the rear of the kayak. So I'm just going to move everything out of the way to make space for that. And then I'm just going to crack this open here. Included in the kit is the mounting plate, as well as all the necessary hardware to install it. The nice thing is you don't have to drill any holes in your kayak, as Hobie has designed this to fit in existing holes. The first thing I'm going to do is take off this plate here at the back by removing the 4 screws holding it in place with a Phillips head screwdriver. The 2 back screws, which are the longer ones, will be going back into these holes as they won't be needed, and it keeps it watertight. I won't need the front screws or the plate, so I'm just going to take those and set them aside. Now I'm going to open up the bag with all of the mounting hardware. Before I can install the Hobie plate back here, I just need to grab the base for the micro anchor. And this is it right here. Both the base and the plate are pre-drilled, and Hobie includes the hardware to fasten these together. These are 1/4 inch by 1 inch fasteners. They also include washers and nylock nuts. So now that that's all fastened down, I can move it onto the back here and start installing it. Just a note about the clamps that go on the back. If you have a Pro Angler 14, you will not need these shims here, so you can remove those and you'll end up using the 1 3/4 inch screws as opposed to the 2 inch screws. Both clamps are going to mount directly on the handle at the back here, and you want to line up those 2 holes with the holes on the plate. Took my screw and feed it up through the bottom, grab the washer and the nylock nut. I'm just going to get this started back here, as there are 2 screws at the front of the plate as well, so I want to keep everything loose just until I have everything in place, and then I can tighten everything down. Now I'm going to take the 1032 3/4 inch screws with the washers, line them up with the threaded brass inserts, and tighten them down. So it's important when you are tightening down the clamps that you are evenly tightening the front and back. That way everything lines up. So I'm just doing a little bit at a time on each side. All right, ta-da! So everything is now tightened down and I'm ready to install the micro anchor. Okay, so I've got the power pole box here just to grab all the items I need to finish this installation, which includes the adjustment nut, 2 adjustable hex locks, the quick release clamp with bolts, quick release pull cord, the key fobs, and then of course the micro anchor unit itself. The micro anchor sits on the base like this, and I'm just going to grab one of the adjustable hex locks, then the quick release clamp with bolt, make sure it's all lined up, slide that all the way through, then I'll grab the other adjustable hex lock, and then lastly the adjustment nut. You want to make sure that that brass insert is facing outward, and that just tightens down, and then you want to lock that in place. The micro anchor has a quick release mechanism, so I'm going to be setting this up, and the way it works is I'm going to take the quick release pull cord and tie it on to the quick release clamp. So if my spike pole happens to get stuck, I can pull on that cord, it's going to release it, allowing the unit to pivot, and then that pole can pop free. You can install the quick release pull cord on either side of the kayak depending on which side you have the quick release clamp mounted. For me, it's going to be on the right side. So I'm just going to take this up here and feed the loose end of the cord through the eyelets. And then I'm going to bring it back to the quick release clamp to tie that down. It's important to note that if you do want to use the quick release mechanism, you want to keep that quick release clamp locked in the 90-degree position so that when you do need to use it, you can easily just give it a pull and it will release. The quick release pull cord can be permanently mounted to the kayak, and there is a single screw provided for that. I'm going to be selling my kayak at the end of the season, so I'm just going to tuck this into a pocket for now, so that the future owner of the kayak can decide which side they would like it to go on. I mentioned that there are 2 key fobs that come with the micro anchor, and this allows you to control your spike just with the press of a button. You can raise or lower it. So there's a lanyard key fob, and then there's another one you can also mount to your kayak. I'm going to avoid drilling a couple extra holes, and I'm just going to use the lanyard. When it comes to powering the micro anchor, it does come with wiring if you'd like to hook it up to your own battery. I decided to go with the battery pack. Now this includes a bracket and an Allen key. So I'm just going to hook that up here, and then of course the battery is also included. Just tighten this down. Okay, so now that that is all tightened, I can pop my battery in. Just like that. And the battery also comes with a wall charger. Alrighty, so the installation of the micro anchor is complete, and now the final step is putting the 8-foot ultralight spike in the unit. My garage is not quite tall enough for this 8-foot pole, so I've just tilted it because I want to show you guys how it works. So, stick that in here. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna tilt that. All right, so I'm gonna go down a little bit. Anyway, so what happens is you can press up or down. It's going to stick into the ground and hold your kayak in place. Now that the installation is complete, I am very excited to get this out on the water. I think it's going to come in handy for a variety of situations that I often find myself in. You know, sometimes it's windy and I just want to keep in place, or I'm dealing with a fish and I don't want to blow over a weed bed or something like that. I think this is going to be fantastic. I can press a button, quickly and quietly stop in up to 8 feet of water. So really looking forward to it. Hopefully you found this installation helpful. If you have a Hobie Pro Angler 12, 14, or 17, this should work for you. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you below. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see me out on the water using the micro anchor.